Locker, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Mark Reinhardt is IT manager at ACS Group. Mark, your company has had business technology from James Imaging Systems for years. Right out of the blocks, would you recommend James to others?
Yes, I've had nothing but a great experience with James Imaging Systems, and I would definitely want to share that with others.
A great experience in what way?
I think it's just a personal touch. They actually listen to our needs, walking our business, and finding out what solutions we need to do our job better.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation, adding up to more bang for your business technology dollar.
Yeah, we are absolutely getting a return on investment on the dollars we're spending with James Imaging Systems.
Mark, safe to say ACS Group is happy?
Very happy with James Imaging Systems. People are smiling.
Put a smile on your face with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. After your round, stop in the clubhouse for food and drinks. Call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com.
I'm sure you feel the weather. You deserve better windows and doors. At Siding Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited, experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Stop by our amazing Waukesha showroom and visit sidingunlimited.com today.
Burkhardt Sporting Goods has a great reputation for producing custom team apparel. We're total team outfitters and we can handle the biggest jobs. Our success in custom team apparel led us into group and corporate apparel. Plus, we have a full selection of promotional products for employee gifts, special events, you name it. And we've made it easy for our customers to firm up their orders. The group sale web stores that we build for our customers are a simple way of gathering all the information you need. They're easy to work, easy to understand, and with them you'll have access to nearly limitless options. We've seen that most times we're better priced than our competition on the same high-quality apparel choices that the other guys offer. Plus Nike and Under Armour choices that the other guys can't get. And we offer a huge brand selection from Yeti, North Face, and Carhartt too. This is Brian Burkhardt. For team, group, or corporate custom outfitting and promotional products, it's going to be really hard to beat our prices, selection, and ease of buying for any size budget and every size company. And that's why we always say,
You can't beat Burkhardt.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Shoot. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
Well, after tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you can start making your plans. You can start booking your events and your travel for the 2026 Green Bay Packers schedule. Today is NFL schedule release day. And of course, in the days leading up to today, portions of the schedules have been released per usual. Yesterday, it felt like there was a deluge of information, just one after another, leak. Two things regarding your Green Bay Packers. We now know that they will be playing the day before Thanksgiving, taking on the Rams in Los Angeles. And I believe we know, based on a leak, that the Green Bay Packers will have the New York Jets week 2, which, by the way, what a gift. What a gift from the NFL schedule makers. While Micah Parsons will likely be out, to get the New York Jets week 2 on the schedule. Chew, what was your first reaction to learning that the Green Bay Packers would be playing not on Thanksgiving, as they have so many years, but they'll be playing the day before Thanksgiving as the league continues to gobble up portions of the week? Nobody with the gobble, huh? I mentioned the gobble. It's a Thanksgiving joke. Everybody just sort of womp, 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 womps.
Well, you were expecting, like, uproarious laughter?
I was expecting at least someone to acknowledge it. Good, thank you, Josh. My goodness.
When I don't want to encourage behavior, Jen, I ignore it.
It's not going to work for you if you ever decide to grow your family, by the way, okay? If I ignored the bad behavior by my kids, we'd be living in Lord of the Flies over there.
Well, two things. The Jets game, the first thing that went to my mind is the Cleveland Browns, because we were saying the exact same things, I'm sure, last year when we saw the Cleveland Browns in the first 4 games. But I think the Jets are worse. I like it because we talked about the first 4 games. We want layups, and theoretically that should be a layup. Thanksgiving, the Rams are probably the favorite to win the Super Bowl. I would rather play them late than early because you have to deal with the injury factor there. Packers were pretty beat up last year, so usually, it's like yesterday I was talking about turnovers. The Bears were top dog in turnovers last year. They ain't going to be the top dog. That's not how it works, and it kind of works that way with injuries. So I guess I like it. I mean, it's a tough game. Do they have the lines right now for games?
I don't think so. Not yet. Certainly not for that pre-Thanksgiving game, right, Joshy?
No, you can find some like prospective ones and early, but you're not going to have any idea really.
My guess is the Rams would be favored. Y'all agree?
Probably,
home, yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, I guess I like it. Tough game.
Yeah, he's working his way through it on the air, as you guys can hear. Gabe, one of the other details that, of course, people have put 2 and 2 together is that if they do have that Wednesday game, they're certainly not playing the Sunday before. Mm-hmm. Theoretically, they could play the Thursday before. The league might do that, but it is more likely that they actually have the bye the week before the Thanksgiving Eve game. So if you're sort of filling out the schedule in your head, it's not 100%, but I think safe to say it's either that Thursday night or the bye the week before.
Yeah, I think probably the bye, like you said, seems more likely at that point. So, yeah, I like it. I mean, again, you're going to have to play the Rams at some point. They're on the schedule. So I like it. It kind of gives you the game still around. It's the standalone games. You get this featured matchup against the Rams. Coming off the bye, it's going to lead to some wonkiness, I think, with the way that the schedule then works out because of having a bye, then a mini bye, and all these different things kind of factoring into having to play on a Wednesday, which the league typically hasn't done. Only other time they've scheduled a game in recent memory on that Wednesday is when Christmas was on that day, and they had to stack it by putting some games on the Saturday before. So, yeah, I like it, especially as somebody who's had to work Thanksgiving the last 3 years. I enjoy not having to work Thanksgiving this year. You can just go enjoy it with the family, but you're going to play the Rams at some point, and if you're going to have a standalone game on Netflix, you want it to be a marquee matchup, and Rams-Packers is a marquee matchup.
No, I disagree with you there. If I was playing, I'd be like, I don't want a marquee. I'd want to catch the Rams on a noon game on a Sunday, hoping that they fall asleep.
You ain't getting.
I mean, when you're playing on
you ain't getting the Rams. First of all, it's a road game.
No, I know that.
So it's going to be a 3:25 or primetime game.
Ideally, that's what you would like.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying from a league standpoint, From a league standpoint, they want a marquee matchup the Wednesday before.
I know.
So that's why this ends up. This was always going to be a marquee matchup. It was going to be a 3:25 when barely anybody's playing, or a primetime game, and it ends up being a primetime game.
But when you play on national TV, there's just a little extra juice. When you play on a Monday night, back when we played our Thanksgiving Day game, there's just extra juice because more eyes are on you.
But do you think that's true now, Chew? Because there's so many, I remember when you guys first played on Monday Night Football, and it was like the first time in forever in the early 90s. And Monday Night Football was the thing. But now you've got And you guys had Sunday Night Football then. It wasn't as big of a deal on ESPN in the 90s. And now with NBC having it, it's been the big thing. But now you can play on Monday. You can play on Sunday. You can play on Thursday. Hell, you can play on Wednesday. There are Friday games. Like, there are so many standalone national television games now. I wonder if that's still true where you kind of have that extra juice because, I mean, every team's going to have 3 or 4, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you see so many good teams go out, and you're like, you got beat by who? It's just you come
that happened to the Packers last year.
Yeah.
The teams they lost to, we were going, what? This is a head scratcher. We went into this game thinking this was a no doubt win. All right, so some of the other information, obviously, you guys discussed yesterday the international schedule. No international games for Green Bay, although information did leak that the Packers were a candidate to be the Saints' Paris opponent, but apparently the Saints wanted that home game versus the Packers as opposed to being over in Paris, which is why they were on the outside looking in, which I think Matt LaFleur is probably thrilled about. Packers not traveling. So the reason I bring that up is because we can sort of kind of figure out who the Packers' opponent week 1 is going to be. So here are the candidates who are left based on all of the leaks that have been pushed out from various outlets, from various reporters, various sources. These are the teams remaining that the Packers could face week 1. At home, the first 4. The Bills, the Texans, the Lions, the Vikings. On the road, the last 2. The Buccaneers or the Saints.
Well, they could still play the Lions or Vikings on the road as well. So that's a home.
But hold on, Gabe. The Lions are playing Buffalo week 2 to open up their new stadium.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if they gave them 2 tough games like that out of the gate. That's the only reason I say no. So I would take Buffalo. I mean, the
Packers
Detroit
last year
out of the equation.
But I mean, you think about granted, both games were at home, but the Packers started with the Detroit Lions, a team that was the number 1 seed in the NFC the year prior, and then hosted Washington, who went to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
I don't think they think about tough opponents. They think about like travel time and distance.
Yeah,
and they don't care what the team is. They're just trying to not have you stack up a whole bunch of like. Same on same.
So I would say because the Lions are going to Buffalo on a short week, it's more than likely that the Packers would not open up with the Lions at home,
right?
But could open up at Detroit,
right?
And then they're hosting the Jets, right? That's a home game.
No,
for the
that
Packers?
is a road.
So would they go road for the Packers to start?
Yeah,
is it possible the Packers couldn't open up? So road would be your options are Buccaneers, Saints, Lions, or Vikings. I would like, if I'm picking, right, and I'm not, but if I were, I'd like to see the Vikings week 1.
I'm guessing, I feel like if it's a divisional opponent, that feels like a likely scenario, that you're playing the Vikings either on the road or at home. That's the opener. Because you go back and you look at the Packers' schedule over the last handful of years, they're playing at least one divisional opponent very early.
In the first few weeks of the season, yes.
I don't know. You got to be careful because I'm telling you, players know everything. There's a lot of downtime, and the bitching will start about, let's give 4 layup games to the Packers because Parsons out. That's normal.
But the thing is, I think they can hide behind Minnesota. I almost said Michigan. Get out of your college football head, Jen. Minnesota being a division game, I think they might be able to hide behind that as, no, look at it. We're putting marquee games. We're big-time games that matter, right out of the gate. That would be the way that I would couch it if I made that and I started to hear squawking about people giving the Packers an easy schedule just because Micah Parsons isn't out there. 800-990-3776. I think, based on the information that is all out there, these are the plausible opponents for week 1. Bills, Texans, Lions, Vikings, Buccaneers, Saints. Who do you want? We've narrowed it down. We know they have the Jets week 2. Who would be the most optimal opponent for the Packers week 1? Joshy, who do you want? Packer backer, big fan, want him to win as many games early as possible.
Whatever I deem's the easiest. I guess it doesn't matter to me. I want the easiest schedule to start without Micah Parsons.
So who is it of those 6 teams?
I don't
It's the Saints.
Yeah, I guess.
It's Bills, Texans, Lions, Vikings, Bucs, Saints. It's the Saints.
Yeah, it is. Unless Kyler Murray does end up starting, because that's... I'm more worried about Kyler Murray than I would be about J.J. McCarthy.
I could make a case for 5 of 6 of those teams being playoff teams.
Yes.
The only one I would have a really hard time going, that's a playoff team, is the Saints.
Interesting, because I feel that way about the Vikings.
Oh, the Vikings were terrible at quarterback last year, and they were still a game behind the Packers.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Kyler Murray might just be good with Kevin O'Connell.
Hey,
again.
can we not? We're going to talk about that later in the show, but I don't want to get there too quick, okay? Because I heard that stuff yesterday.
Yeah.
Houston's on the list, so that could be your 3:30 game, right?
Yeah.
Because Houston's supposed to be pretty damn good.
Well, I mean, that defense, the defense is really good.
You want to test that offensive line early.
Wait, so
No, thank
I
you.
want to make sure I'm hearing you guys correctly. It's not that you want a division game out of the gate. It's that you
Correct.
believe that the league has shown a precedent for scheduling division games right out of the
Yeah.
gate. And because of that, you're saying, okay, I'm resigned to the fact that they will likely face a division opponent. If I had to choose between the Lions and the Vikings, I would pick the Vikings?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But if you had to choose between all of these teams, you'd rather be on the road versus the Saints.
Yeah, because and what's great about then, if you start road, if you start Saints, Jets, and it's the inverse of what happened to them last year because they played 2 home games, only had 8 last year, and they played Thursday, so it was 2 home games in the tight span.
A lot of home games down the
It's
stretch.
a lot of home games, so they were on the road a bunch last year. 9 of their final, 15 games were on the road, and that would be the inverse. If you go road, then you get 9 of 15 at home, and you're probably going to be getting some pretty big-time matchups in late November, December, January at Lambeau Field.
I would be inclined to say no Tampa Bay just because it's hot as Hades down here in September. And when we played them, if they scheduled, we did play them first game of the year one year. I think it was Super Bowl year.
Yeah, you guys boat raced them. Yeah.
But then they came to us in December, so that was the trade-off.
Well, sure.
Forgot they were in the division.
Yeah. Yeah, when you think of the NFC Central.
I always get reminded that the Buccaneers were in the NFC Central.
The Cardinals were in the NFC East. Some Falcons were in the NFC West. Seattle was in the AFC. They were AFC West.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Couple other schedule details for those of you paying attention out there. The reason we pulled the Dolphins off of this prospective Week 1 opponents list is because it was announced that they are playing the Raiders Week 1, so you cannot have that Hafley-Willis Bowl Week 1. And then when you take a look at that Thanksgiving schedule, guys, whoa! Between the Packers and Rams opening up on Thanksgiving Eve, Thanksgiving is the following: Bears-Lions, Eagles-Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills, and then Broncos, Steelers on Black Friday. I mean, those are some fantastic games. They really did a good job of putting together some key high-level, high-interest opponents for that. Right, Shu?
Why did you say Black Friday? They're not playing on Thanksgiving?
No, so they've got.
What are they doing?
They have a game on Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
The Packers Rams.
3 games on Thanksgiving, as they typically have. And the last handful of years, they've played on Black Friday as well.
That's on Amazon.
The NFL, they're getting out of control.
There it is.
I mean, when you hear all those games, you know what I think? Sunday's going to stink.
What's going to stink?
Yeah, no
Sunday.
kidding.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you got all those good games, there
You'd be
can't be
worn
any
out.
good
Yeah.
games
It's a
left.
good point. It's a very good
There
point.
can't be. Who are they putting on Sunday and Monday night?
In fact, that's a great day to go get your Christmas tree, ladies and gentlemen. If you're those people that go out to the
Just a terrible
tree
Sunday.
farm and cut it down, that's a great day. Tell your wife now. You know what I've been thinking? That Sunday after Thanksgiving, we should go get our Christmas tree because you know that all of the good games are going to be on
Who
Thanksgiving.
has a Christmas tree? I mean, doesn't everyone have a fake tree? I mean, it's 2026.
Yeah, a lot of people still get the real tree.
It's also
Do
May
they really?
15th. I don't know that we need to have this debate today. Hold on to it, pal. Put it
I
in your
didn't think
pocket.
people
But
got
he's
real
singing Christmas
trees.
carols year-round, Jen.
Yeah, but
Ho, ho, the
Driving
mistletoe.
me crazy.
We
There
got to
it
get to
is.
Jason Wilde this morning. Let us know who you'd like to see. Obviously, the schedule will be released later today, but we think we've narrowed down the 6 teams that they could open up against after it was released that they will have the Jets the second week, and they will have the Rams the day before Thanksgiving. Jason Wilde coming up next.
Commercial payments at Fifth Third Bank are experienced and reliable, but they're also constantly innovating. And that might seem contradictory, but Fifth Third does just that. They handle over $17 trillion in payments smoothly and effectively every year. And we're named one of America's most innovative companies by Fortune magazine. After all, that's what commercial payments are all about. Steady, reliable expertise that keeps money flowing in and out like clockwork. But commercial payments are also about building new and disruptive solutions. So Fifth Third does that too. That's your commercial payments. A Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association. Member FDIC.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound 41 backing up from Good Hope Road all the way to Capitol Drive. Northbound from just south of North Avenue all the way up to Capitol Drive as well. We've got delays westbound 94 from 35th Street to Hawley Road as usual, and then from about Mitchell Boulevard to 35th Street on the eastbound side. And just a heads up, northbound on the Rock Freeway, we've got backups through that construction zone right past Highway 164 up towards Guthrie Road. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner, dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny skies, a high of 61 at the lake, 65 inland. Tonight, slight chance for showers, increasing clouds with a low of 46. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Hi, this is Mike and Michelle Grau from Professional Construction Inc., also known as PCI.
You may know Milwaukee's pitcher, the Miz.
Yeah! And just like that player's nickname, PCI is short for Professional Construction Inc.
One name, one team, one trusted local construction company.
Whether you call us PCI or Professional Construction Inc., we're here to build or remodel your dream home.
PCI, for all your construction needs. Visit us at professionalconstructioninc.com.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
People hear Horicon Bank and they think local instantaneously.
Over the years, was able to help them in their later years when they needed some care. So I would say that was cradle to grave experience for me.
We encounter precious moments like this all the time. We have a trust administration department that can help.
Our motto is together as a bank and as an organization, and then doing good.
There's amazing success stories of small business entrepreneurs who now are multi-million-dollar companies.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from ESPN Milwaukee's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and we know the best place to watch a Brewers game is at the ballpark, but the second best place on earth to watch a Brewers game is X-Golf in Brookfield or X-Golf in Mequon all season long. During Brewers games, whether it's during the day, whether it's at night, you get 50% off your sim time. They have $2 Miller Lite taps and have club-level Brewers ticket giveaways all season long. Don't miss out at X-Golf in Brookfield and X-Golf in Mequon. It's the second best place on earth to watch a Brewers game.
You know, I mean, your home is about as personal as it gets, right?
We want to build a relationship with homeowners, not only educating them, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us.
Yeah, the interview goes both ways. Mm-hmm. Getting to know people while also serving them. It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
Besides that, it's just the right thing to do. See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
Ready, down, put. All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project? Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Visit extpros.com.
Jason Wilde joining us now on the Yingling Hotline here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Good morning, Jason. How are you today?
Jason Wilde, Jason Wilde, Jason Wilde. I'm glad you started that way because I'm in a terrible mood.
Oh,
what?
I hate schedule release day.
Oh, really?
Hate
Why?
it.
Oh,
So ridiculous.
what an endorsement.
Yeah.
As you can hear, myself, Jason Wilde, and Alex Stroh for the schedule release show coming up tonight, 6 o'clock, right here on 94.5 ESPN.
Yeah, I'm complicit. I'm 100%
Wait, are you
complicit.
doing this? Are you a hostage, not a volunteer?
No, I mean, I love doing shows with you guys, and we're going to do our State of the Packers show. And it is interesting, certainly, to find out what the Packers' schedule is. I'm fine with that. It is not anything against you or against our programming, but our programming is part of a larger issue, which is that the NFL somehow, some way, has such a Svengali effect on us as reporters, fans, everything in between, that we just gobble up all this gobbledygook with everything. And it just, like, so here's the thing. So I've been very fortunate during my career, in part because the insider concept developed during it, right? Like Adam or Ian Rappaport, who are now teammates, which I just think is wild, they get everything, right? So something that I always disliked doing, which was, dealing with agents who obviously have all kinds of agendas, I don't have to do that anymore. And I never really had to. But I don't like being used. And I am part of the schedule industrial complex. Oh, my God, the Packers are playing the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. We've even invented, at the NFL's behest, a holiday. Does anyone, before these games started, did anyone call it Thanksgiving Eve on a regular basis?
No, Blackout Wednesday.
Whiskey
Can't call it
Wednesday.
Whiskey Wednesday on an NFL schedule, Jason. So sorry they sanitized it for you.
Right, but come on. Like, does somebody bring, like, a little container of whipped sweet potatoes or cranberries? Like, Christmas Eve, lots of people open presents and stuff. What is Thanksgiving Eve? Drinking.
Yeah.
For some, right?
Yep.
So I've been part of it. Oh, the Packers aren't going to Paris. I got to write something about this. and they have managed to make the release of a calendar. That's what they're doing. They're giving out calendars.
Well, and I don't know, Jason,
Like
if you've got the friend that turns their birthday into a birthday week. It's really a birth week where they're planning all these activities. That's what the NFL's done with the schedule release. It's not even just one day anymore. It's the entire week.
Right.
The games have been dropping all week long.
You're making my point. Am I not justified in having this position?
Yeah. I said in the first
Thank
segment
you,
the
Stu.
NFL is out of control. They're out of control.
Yes, they are.
You think you're going to watch the Monday night game, Jason? I mean, give me a break. Fatigue.
And I always think back to, and look, he's been proven wrong, and he's even admitted he's been proven wrong. But I find myself wondering if there will ever get to the point that Mark Cuban had said about pigs get fat and they get slaughtered and whatever else with the NFL, because to the NFL's credit, so far, it's not the case. You just keep on going. But man, it just feels like this year it hit me even harder. Even though I feel like this every year, I feel even stronger about it this year.
But won't you, Jason, when you get the schedule, because we used to do it as players, I still do it today, is you go through it and you go win, win, loss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
win, win,
for
win,
sure.
loss.
Yeah, I'm like Pavlov's dog. Yep.
Yeah, Holmgren would always have us break it down into quarters, Jason.
Yep.
And it didn't always match up because it'd be 3 games in a bye, and then you group the next 5. But that's how we would attack the season. You know, he wouldn't say it, but he would be like, "All right, we got a 4-game stretch. We got to go 3-1." He wouldn't say that, but you knew what he was saying. You got it?
Yep. Yeah, but again, and again, I don't want to be like get off my lawn, old guy, but yelling at the cloud. But back then, the schedule release was still when the schedule came out. It was more like when the Brewers schedule comes out, which I think happens while the previous season is still going on.
Correct.
Right?
It comes out in like September.
Or the Bucks schedule. Like, I understand there's 82 games or 162 games, so it's different. But like, it's kind of like, oh, interesting. You look, it comes out, and you're not like, oh, today's the day next season's schedule comes out. Like, it comes out, and then you're like, oh, I didn't know the schedule's coming out today. Oh, this is interesting. They play this interleague series this time or whatever. But it doesn't have that build-up that this does, and it just felt this year like it was even more. I think it was the invention of a holiday that pushed me over the edge.
And the Packers playing on that holiday. But one of the other games that is out, that has been leaked, not announced by the NFL, but leaked, is the Packers playing at the Jets week 2. And while I don't expect Micah Parsons to be playing that game, I mean, that is, I would say, considered probably the worst surface in the NFL at MetLife Stadium. Are we expecting Tucker Kraft to be back by then? And are there any apprehensions about him testing out his newly reconstructed knee on that surface?
Yeah, good question. And by the way, that's another. And Tausch has been touting this, which, if we're being honest, like he very rarely touts anything I do on our program. So when I suggested that the NFL, and we may be proven wrong, like their opener may be a marquee game after all, and I'll be wrong. But when I suggested that the NFL will keep Micah Parsons' return in mind when they do the scheduling, like I said, I don't think the Packers will get the Bears early in the season because they want those games, which are now a much more intense rivalry instead of just being an old rivalry. They're going to want Micah Parsons to play in it because he missed 2 of them with his torn. He missed the playoff game and he missed the game in Chicago a couple weeks before the end of the season. I don't think they want them playing Dallas before Micah Parsons is back. And so I think the Packers schedule is going to have some backloaded somewhat. I mean, they may just be late October games where, hey, if we're going to put the Packers in prime time, we want Micah Parsons, one of their biggest stars, playing in the game. And while Micah had said he was not expecting, and this was back in January, and we've seen him running in sand and everything else, so maybe he's made greater strides than he was expecting. But he said his goal was to make it back sometime in September. So if they were to open like week 1, and I also don't know if they're going to open with 2 straight road games, Gabe, right? Because they've got the Badgers playing there on Sunday the 6th. So I thought maybe they want to give their pristine surface 2 weeks to recover from hosting the Notre Dame game. But my gut tells me that they will have 2 games that are not like appealing, oh, gotta watch it if you're not a Packers fan type games. So I don't know, maybe they open, with Carolina at home if they do play a home game in week 1, or maybe it's one of the other road games that holds a little bit less national appeal. But I think it's going to be interesting. That I just because I hate the way the NFL does this does not mean that I'm not looking forward to getting the schedule. Because like Chewy said, I think we all think the same way when we get the Packers schedule. The way they do all the other stuff with all the pomp and circumstance and nonsense is what's got me irritated.
Jason Wilde joining us on the Yuengling hotline. The oldest brewery in America, now officially in Wisconsin, DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Bill weighing in on the YouTube stream saying we could also play the Falcons at home game 1. I believe the rumor is that the Falcons and the Steelers are facing off week 1, which is part of how we narrowed it down to the 6 teams that we did say are remaining for the Packers to play. Yesterday, the Players Tribune dropped a Jair Alexander column. Jair talking about his time leaving the Packers, and then, of course, with the Ravens, and the Eagles. Jason, what was your reaction to reading Jair pretty candid, pretty vulnerable about how this all affected him?
Yeah, that was that dropped right as our show was starting, so I was reading it during commercial breaks, and I thought the same thing. Vulnerable is a great word for it. Now, Jordan Love did one last year that was really well done, and I was talking to him about it. He's like, I didn't write that all by myself, right? Like I did an interview and then they ghost wrote it, and I was like, oh, okay. I was gonna say it's really good. And then previously I had the same conversation with Devontae Adams, who did one. He's like, no, I wrote it myself. So I don't know in this case with Jair, but regardless, whether it's his words talking to an interviewer or him actually sitting down at his computer and writing them, I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was, I and Chewy knows this because I covered him for so long. Like, I don't think I pull a lot of punches on guys I like. I think I strive to be unbiased and fair. I don't always succeed. But one of the things that I do is that I view these guys as real people. Like, just because they play in the NFL doesn't make them, they're not cyborgs. They have real problems and real families and real feelings and real mental health challenges and everything else. And in Jair's case, he was definitely an enigmatic, mercurial personality. And I always wondered kind of how he was wired. And so to see him share how he was feeling after the injury, because there were a lot of people in that building that were mad at him, man. Like that, there were a lot of people that thought he could have been playing through that injury. And I thought it was, I think one of the criticisms I had heard from people in the building was that this guy only wants to play when he's at 100%. And Chewy, as you know, like, that's very rare that you're able to do that. Mm-hmm. And one of the challenges of being a successful NFL player is finding a way to still play at a really high level when physically you're beat up and you're not 100%. And so the vulnerability he showed was also something that I said, well, their frustrations, while maybe unfair to him, it kind of sounds like they weren't unfounded. Now, the one part that I thought made the Packers look bad, and, again, I haven't talked to Jair in a very long time, ever since we were about to talk, and I think he was probably in position to be a little bit vulnerable, and then things fell apart in the locker cleanout 2 years ago, was the part about putting him off about getting his iPad. Like, I understand why the Packers do it or did it, if that's a true story, but I just thought that, like, again, if that's how you feel about him, then what are you leading him around by the nose for? Like, and if you guys remember, multiple people, including me, had reported that they were done with him after that season. And yet we went through that whole, remember that going into last year? Like, there was this whole, like, ruse about, oh, no, we might bring him back. Like, there's a path back to the Packers. There never was.
Yeah, because Goody was just trying to make somebody offer something in a trade.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. The one thing that jumped to me, and yes, I highlighted the iPad story and sent it over to the guys yesterday, but not long after that, they got in touch about a potential pay cut. And you know what? I understood. I was making a lot of money. I just got hurt. I had no problem with taking less money and having to prove my value again. Is that revisionist history? That's not how I remember it, Jason.
Well, again, I don't know what their conversation was and what their structure was, but I always go back to the lesson Ron Wolf taught me and the lesson I learned from the Jordy Nelson affair. Ron Wolf did not want to be the GM of the Cleveland Browns once upon a time, and so he asked Randy Lerner, I think was the owner at the time, well, I'll take the job, but you have to give me a ownership stake in the organization. And I was like, they were never going to give you a stake of ownership, right? He's like, yeah, I know. That's exactly why I did it. I'm like, what? That's why I got to say no without really saying no, right? I didn't have to say, no, I'm not interested in your crappy job. I was able to say, well, if you're not going to give me an ownership stake, I'm not going to take it. Then there was the Jordy Nelson saga where Goody wanted to be able to have plausible deniability. Hey, we offered him, just like and there's another one, Devontae Adams. We offered him more money than the Raiders did. Yeah, after we were ready to trade him and after he was on his way out the door and so pissed at us that we could have given him $1 billion and he would have told me to take a long walk off a short pier. But the Jordy Nelson one was, yeah, well, we offered him a pay cut, 1 year, $2 million for Jordy. That was that 2018 when Rodgers was coming off the broken collarbone.
Mm-hmm.
And Rodgers and Devontae themselves told him, dude, do not take this. You are worth more than this. We love you too much for you to allow Goody to pay you peanuts. And then he got like $7 million from the Raiders, where, by the way, he caught like 60 balls that year. So to me, I don't think that was ever oh no, we really want him back at a reduced salary. It was probably, hey, we're going to make this an offer you can't accept instead of an offer you can't refuse.
Jason, he's an idiot because for people who don't know, the iPad is your playbook. And I've heard this. I've heard Ron's minions come into the locker room many a times and say, hey, Ron wants to see you bring your playbook. It's never a good thing.
No.
They're going to give me a new contract. I'm going to bring my playbook. Dude, that means it's over.
I mean, right. And I think that was his point, was that if that's the case, then just do it then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Like, I think that was, and in fairness to him, like, again, he had plenty of, and I think he admitted to some of them, to your point, Jen, but I think he had plenty of self-inflicted wounds on how his career played out here. But that one, I just thought, look, you don't want him back. You know, just let him go. And the story for him probably doesn't end any differently, if we're being honest, right? If the knee was that big of an issue and he had no confidence in it, it probably ends the same way. It's just, I did not think that was a particularly good look for the G&G.
Jason, we appreciate you chatting with us this morning. Have a great one. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, everybody, have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Listen to Jason Wilde on Wilde and Tausch right after Jen, Gabe, and Chewy each and every morning here on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
If you've been putting off replacing your windows and doors, now is the time, because Pella of Wisconsin has 0% financing options available. We know here in Wisconsin that your home can take a beating year-round, and the right windows and doors can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, and upgrade your home's look. That's what happened with me when I got my new front door from Pella of Wisconsin. And what was great is Pella's experts helped me find the perfect fit for my home and budget. And they can do the same for you. Plus, with 0% interest, you can upgrade now, pay over time without paying a dime in interest. Don't wait. Get the look you want for your home that you love. Visit PellaWI.com today.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Eastbound 94 backing up from 70th Street all the way through to 35th. Westbound heavy from 27th Street to Hawley Road. Back on the brakes west of Moreland Road all the way past Calhoun. Northbound 4394 seeing some delays right now from Howard Avenue up to Oklahoma. Westbound on the bypass backing up out of the Mitchell Interchange all the way to 51st Street. The eastbound side slowing from Forest Home past Loomis. Rates change, needs change. Great Midwest Bank can help you explore a refinance that better fits where you are today. Visit greatmidwestbank.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny skies, a high of 61 at the lake, 65 inland. Tonight, slight chance for showers, increasing clouds with a low of 46. Weather's brought to you by Badgerland Junk. Clear the clutter fast with simple, stress-free cleanouts. From single items to full properties. Upfront pricing, no hidden fees. Visit BadgerlandJunk.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
May is here, which means your house is officially done hiding under snow. And now you can see everything it needs. Good news, Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help. Upgrade to energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel, and get $3,000 off your project. Think of it as spring cleaning, but way more impressive. That's $3,000 in instant savings during our May savings event, but it won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast, Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
ACS Group has business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. ACS Group's IT manager, Mark Reinhardt.
I feel James Imaging Systems being local, I get to meet the people, see the people, they come in and find out what our needs are, and they're just great folks.
Great folks who partner with you and your business.
Absolutely. I categorize James Imaging Systems as a partner because they come in, again, sit down, understand our needs, listen to what things are bothering us, obstacles that we have, and they help bring us really cost-effective solutions.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation, and business technology expertise to help your business do business better.
That's huge for me and keeps us running smoothly, and we're able to focus on other things for this business.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, price and valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Bumble is a
Tuna.
dating app.
It's tuna.
I love tuna. I had some last night.
How do you eat your tuna?
Can we, for once, grow up on this show?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails, the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails is on the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel. If you haven't gotten a chance to read the Jair Alexander Players Tribune article yet, I highly recommend it, especially if you felt a certain way about the way that Jair's career ended in Green Bay. What I found fascinating, guys, was the part where he was talking about when he was supposed to come back to Lambeau Field as a member of the Eagles. Knee was still not cooperating. He had had a very bad game. I think it was against the Bills, he said.
Well, so that was the first game of the year with the Ravens.
With the Ravens, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he was freaking out, essentially. I mean, there's no other way to put it, that he was going to go back to Green Bay. There'd be all these eyeballs on him. It would certainly be a narrative surrounding that story. The knee was still not cooperating. He looked at the weather, and it was supposed to be cold, and he basically down spiraled and sort of kind of talked himself out of playing, called or texted the Eagles organization at 3 o'clock in the morning and said, I'm done. And I wonder if this changes how anybody feels about Jair. Chew, when you saw those excerpts, did it change how you felt about how he handled the end of his career in Green Bay and the end of his NFL career?
I wouldn't want to play with him. I played with a lot of tough guys. A lot of tough guys that played through a lot of things. And to me, this is a guy that wouldn't play through anything. I wouldn't want to play for him. I mean, I feel sorry for him. He seemed kind of lost at the time, but I just remember him only playing if he was 100%. And to me, that says it's all about him. Doesn't have his players or his teammates back in situations like that. Probably didn't harbor any guilt, you know.
But I also feel the Packers did do him dirty, too. Because the knee was worse. The knee was obviously worse than anybody thought. Like if it's constantly swelling, you're constantly draining it. Reminds me of another player that the knee was constantly swelling, constantly draining, and couldn't play. That was Bach.
I played with the knee at 82%.
Yeah,
and you know what I did? I sucked it up and I went out there. Should have never been playing. I tore my PCL, missed one game, and was back. And I think I showed you the clips of that game.
Yeah.
And I was running like a cat with a sock tied to its leg. It didn't look normal. But I battled through it. I made them say, I made the coaching staff say, no. Okay. That's just the way guys played in my day, and that's how they were wired. It was more the staff saying, You know? I can't remember one time where I said, no, I'm not playing.
But if you...
I'm not playing.
But I guess if you watched him play against the Bills, you could tell something was wrong. Like by just watching him play, right? And so clearly something was wrong with the knee. And where I feel bad for him, and this doesn't excuse him going out there and doing the selfish thing of, I'm going to be the captain against the Panthers, right? And getting himself suspended and putting himself first. Like, that doesn't excuse any of this because you can't do that. You just can't do that. There's no excuse for that. There was clearly some sort of miscommunication between him, the coaching staff, and the training staff with how bad that knee actually was.
But I'm scarred, and I didn't know it at the time. I'm scarred by a player in the Super Bowl that decided not to play the day of the game because he was a free agent and he wanted to get paid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how that was viewed and interpreted, and how it affected all of you guys in that moment.
Yeah. Had no idea. I can't believe I didn't have any idea how it just
when did you
screwed
find?
up.
So that's Gabe Wilkins, by the way. From Super Bowl 32. That he was the replacement for Sean Jones, starting defensive end, and just decided not to play. When did you find that out?
God, I don't even remember. All I remember,
so it wasn't like the day after,
because I wasn't long snapping then, and I don't think Rob Davis was on the team. So we had a guy, Paul Fraze, who was really real nice guy. But he was really just a guy and a long snapper. And I just remember, I think, during the game saying, hey, be ready to long snap because Paul's been playing a lot of defense. And it never registered with me because you're in your own little world of offense. You know? You're in your own little movie and you don't care about the other movie that's going on in the other theater. That's kind of the way it was. And it never clicked until after. I'm like, the hell? This guy's just a long snapper. What's he doing playing?
800-990-3776. There is reaction rolling in regarding Jair Alexander after he did talk to the Players Tribune, got his story out there about how he struggled with his mental health. Ron in the Key says, so Chewy just said he doesn't respect these guys for not playing, but then he said he should not have been playing when he did. I think both things can be true. Maybe they were tougher back then, but they're smarter now.
Maybe.
Their bodies are an asset. And they're individual contractors. It isn't a team sport. It's a business. The only thing I will say, guys, and I want to wrap this up very quickly here, is it does feel like Jair sort of fell between the cracks. And what I mean by that is I think teams need to do a better job universally of when a guy is dealing with a chronic injury, when they're dealing with something that is taking them off the field, which we know affects these players' identities, right? Because just like you said, Shu, he knows what's being said about him in the locker room. He knows what guys are mumbling but under their breath about his availability. How, he could be out there, but he's not. And that, I think, is something that these teams need to be more conscious of, and they need to give these guys support to deal with those situations. You have all the money in the world, NFL. I think they need to be devoting more resources to when a player is likely having the game slip through his fingers, when there is a possibility that their career is over, what are you doing to support those players? What are you doing so that when they're in their beds at 3 o'clock in the morning, they're not having panic attacks? They're not having anxiety attacks. Do you have a number? Do you have a resource that they can call and say, hey, man, I'm really struggling right now. Mentally, I'm struggling. I can't be on the field. I'm freaking out. Like, I want to make sure that these NFL teams are giving that mental support as much as they claim to be giving the physical support. And pushing these guys to be out there on the field, I guess, is understandable. But if they can't be on the field, what are you doing to make sure they're going to be okay with that reality as well?
Yeah, I just think guys have a different threshold of pain. I mean, because I remember LaFleur sitting in press conferences and they'd ask him about Jair, and he'd just kind of roll his eyes and throw his hands up because he felt that the training staff, believed that he could play. Now, I don't know,
But it was, again, I guess, Chewy, I'm watching him against the Bills in that game that he talks about in the piece. It's obvious he couldn't play.
Maybe he
So
just
where's
sucks.
the disconnect there? Is, I guess, my question. Where's the disconnect of, oh, yeah, you can play through this when it's very obvious he can't? When you see the product on the field of him not being that guy.
I'm just telling you the difference of when I played as opposed to now. Miami Dolphins, Green Bay, 1997, 97, I think it was the year. Yeah, it was, because the only game I missed was the one that Ryan Longwell missed the kick from 28 yards.
So nice of you to remember the only game you did was when Ryan did that and bring that up for the second time this week.
Go watch me run there and tell me if I had any business being on the field.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
They probably should have protected you from you, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, Shu, so are you saying that you shouldn't have been on the field? Like, you wanted to be on the field and you pushed through it, but now looking back at it, right, hindsight 2020, would you have done that now? Or would you have...
because you know what? I didn't play for money. I played because I loved it, and I loved my teammates, and I had such guilt that I was letting them down. Sitting there going, you know what? If I played against Philly, maybe we win that game.
But if you're running, as you described, like a cat with a sock on its leg,
isn't
that hurting the team too?
Well, I thought me at 83% was better than the guy at 100% behind me. Yeah. That's not my decision to make, though, Gabe.
Oh, I understand. And obviously they took you out after that, so they kind of made the decision.
No, I stayed in. I still had, I think, 3 catches for 55 yards, which is...
That's big for you.
That's pretty
That's
good.
a big game for you. 3 catches, 55 yards?
Cowboy.
All right.
What?
I did drop a touchdown, though.
I do want to put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Infinity
3 for
Exteriors
55?
Twitter poll
It's a good
this
average.
morning. Jair Alexander's Player Tribune story. Does this change how you view Jair? Put that on the Infinity Exteriors poll. Refresh your home with roofing, siding, or windows, all backed by their lifetime workmanship warranty. InfinityExteriors.com.
There comes a point where you know it's time to do something for yourself. I wanted real goals, real change. I decided 2026 is the year I look and feel my best. I'm Josh DiMaggio, and I'm on that journey with Milwaukee Weight Loss. From the first consultation, their team really listened and built a customized plan around me and my goals. It's a doctor-developed, doctor-supervised program where people can lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two, safely and naturally keep it off. This program is different. No intense workouts, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, no counting calories or points, no drugs, surgery, or injections, just a proven metabolic reset. Many patients can lose to up to a pound of fat a day. Milwaukee Weight Loss has already helped thousands of people change their lives. There's no better time than now to take control and start feeling confident again. Schedule a free consultation at 262-235-3980. That's 262-235-3980 or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Hot off the press, the schedule is coming. Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Strofe getting ready for Thursday night's schedule release special with me, Gabe Neitzel, and Jason Wilde as we take a look at the 17-game schedule for Green Bay and how the path to Inglewood begins. 9 home games, 8 road games, and when's that darn team from Chicago on the schedule? We'll take a look at it all this Thursday from 6 until 8 on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Roll out the winning this May at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Have a barrel of fun with your share of $300,000. Just play with your rewards card for entries, and Thursday night you could hit a home run. Plus, your May drawing entries all count towards the Big League Series prize drawing in June. It's Tic Tac Home Run. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Don't think twice. Call Dice. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Dice.
We have standards in Wisconsin. Cheese should squeak. Sports and tailgating go hand in hand with brats aplenty. And beef is a delicacy where each bite makes you close your eyes for a second. For 50 years, Bunzel's has been hand-selecting the finest beef, making homemade specialty sausages, and crafting award-winning jerky right here at home. Because Wisconsin is still cattle country, quality isn't optional. It's expected. And after 5 decades, Bunzel's still delivers. Stop in today at 90th and Burleigh or at bunzels.com.
Spring has arrived in the Geneva Lakes region, and there is no better place to welcome the season than the award-winning Lake Lawn Resort. Enjoy lakeside dining at 1878 on the lake, golf for all ages and abilities at Majestic Oaks, relaxing spa experiences at the award-winning Calidora Spa, and endless recreation opportunities along the resort's 2 miles of shoreline on beautiful Delavan Lake. Plan your spring getaway today at lakelawnresort.com and come find out for yourself why everything is better at the lake.
Meet Jim and Rita.
We went on a motorcycle trip.
But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident.
They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital.
Sometime later, Rita made a discovery.
She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there?
And amazingly,
he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's.
And I had my checkbook in my hand.
But when he arrived there,
and I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty.
Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty.
It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty yourself at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Hauser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Look, you take Jesus and the presents out, and it's not even in the top 10.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you take sex out of the anniversary, then that's not that fun either.
On 94.5 ESPN.
At Ewald Automotive Group, they don't just see the uniform, they see the people in them. Ewald salutes those who serve and the brave first responders. They want to say thank you for your dedication, your sacrifice, and for keeping us safe. And as always, service members and their families can benefit from the Ewald Military Advantage Program with special pricing and incentives on every vehicle. Plus, for every new car sold this month, they'll make a donation to local military and first responder charities. Thank you from the Ewald Automotive Group.
Chewy, how you feeling about FOMO these days?
I'm out. It's
better question. Were you ever in on FOMO?
I don't get it. Just because something is free doesn't mean you have to go. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yes.
Like I've been fighting FOMO this whole weekend, right? It's just every time there's an invitation, everything, you got to go. Now, I'm not a people person. I will admit that. So if I have to spend 4 hours with someone, that's nice, fine, but I really don't want to on a Saturday afternoon. I don't want to do it. Like tonight, she's been in New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, buying shops since Monday.
This is your wife.
Go to the store yesterday. I'm like, she's a little staked out, right? So I'm like, all right, I'll make her some lobster tails. How's that? Got the dinner all set.
You make a good butter sauce
they're
with
having
that?
a function down the road tonight, and we're going. and it's kind of, I don't know what it is, a summer kickoff for people on the island here. I'm like, no, I don't want to flip and go. I got this nice dinner all set up, and then she pivots because she's pretty witty. Well, it's a venue maybe the kids could have a wedding at someday. I'm like, I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it, okay? I am not going. I don't want to meet a bunch of people I do not know. I don't care. I have enough friends. The friends that I have, I don't even have enough time to see them. I'm out.
What's crazy I don't even know if you like your current friends.
What's crazy to me here, other than Gabe asking if you make a good butter sauce, and I'm pretty sure you just melt butter to make a butter sauce.
You got to put a little more in there.
I digress. Isn't your wife like some badass negotiator? Doesn't she like do these business deals where like she has, these people, down on their knees trying to, negotiate with her and her company? How do you think you stand a chance?
You just got to stand your ground.
No, he's just got to be.
And you know what?
He's got to turn into NFL boy and hope it works.
And because the one trump card that I have, one trump card, and you guys know me, I'm a little, not like Gabe stubborn, but I'm stubborn. The one trump card, go yourself. I will have a lobster dinner here that I had planned for 2 days. Go yourself. That's fine. Because she's best friends with the queen of FOMO. Everything. So we have something tonight. We have something tomorrow. I'm not going tonight. Something tomorrow night. Something Saturday. And then I told you about sumo wrestling on Sunday, which I love the people we're going with. But I'd rather be sitting in my pool on a Sunday at 2 o'clock than indoors doing that.
Sipping some Chardonnay.
Yeah. I mean, I'll meet you halfway. Great song. Who sings that?
I'll meet you halfway? I don't know.
Jen.
I only know the one
Meet
that's
you halfway.
Yeah. Down at
Josh
the borderline.
Yes. That is my new motto,
That's all I
Gabe.
know.
That's your new motto?
That's it.
Do you think it's going to work for you?
I'll meet you halfway.
Well, the
See,
thing
here's the
it
deal.
only works
Her
if she's
parents
willing to
are
meet halfway as well.
Yeah,
You
that's
can sit there and
Her
say.
parents are extremely social. They have the disease. They have the FOMO disease. My dad went to my games and read a book. Okay? So that's why you got to meet me halfway. I don't enjoy that stuff. You love it. So meet me in the middle. I'm
That's
taking
another
a
song.
Yes, I'm more familiar with that one. So how long have you been married now, Chew?
15 or 16. 15, 16.
And it hasn't really changed in those 15 years. Has she really met you
Percentage-wise?
halfway? Yeah, I'm saying, how often is she meeting you halfway?
She hasn't yet.
So you think
It's
that's
like
going to change 15 years in?
No. Thanks for ruining my day.
So it just kind of seems like you got to be, like you did when you were running around with a sack with a cat with a sock on its leg. I think you just got to suck it up.
I'm not going tonight. I don't want to go.
Or you got a fake food poisoning.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
You know what Bull always said, though, friend of show?
Huh?
Just always say you have diarrhea. Gets you out of everything.
Yeah, but then people are thinking about you on the can.
I mean, at some point, then if you keep saying you have diarrhea to get out of, you just listed off a litany of events you have this weekend. If you have diarrhea this weekend, next weekend, the weekend after, she's going to send you to a doctor.
But Gabe with the drawn butter, lobster before the function.
Oh, look,
I got an out.
I'm saying you've got an out for this week. But if you use that same excuse next week and the week after,
Can't go back to the well.
Yeah, because that one, now something's seriously wrong with you, and she think you're going to have to go to a doctor and explain to him that you were lying to your wife about the diarrhea.
I wasn't
you
really
had.
sick.
I mean, FOMO is a real thing, isn't it?
Definitely.
People have it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real thing, and we need to start addressing this
because
it is becoming a
this
problem.
is platform.
Well, you're going to be the face.
I'm Mark Chamura, and I'm running for mayor.
Hey, I know I got one ally on the show because he is aligned with me.
Oh, and he's gone.
He
just
hates
so you know.
FOMO too.
Just so you know,
Joshy?
Joshy has stepped out. Joshy has left the building.
Our significant others are planning a trip without us for a wedding we have in September.
Huh. Are you going to go?
Well, we're going to go to the wedding. They're talking about going out like before now. like a week before and spending time out in California. Well, yeah, if that's what you got to do.
All right, we got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to in the second hour of the show, including Top 8 at 8. Stick around.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
On 4394 northbound, right about at Howard Avenue. It is off on the left shoulder, so watch out for the delays technically coming out of the Mitchell interchange around the Plainfield curve up past the accident scene. So just be careful with that. The delays technically start from before Layton. Westbound 894 backing up out of the Mitchell interchange past Loomis. Eastbound slowing down from 92nd Street past Loomis as well. And then we've got delays westbound 94 from 27th Street to Hawley Road. More backups from the Zoo interchange on and off the brakes all the way to Calhoun. Traffic is brought to you by Badgerland Junk. Clear the clutter fast with simple, stress-free cleanouts from single items to full properties. Upfront pricing, no hidden fees. Visit BadgerlandJunk.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny skies, a high of 61 at the lake, 65 inland. Tonight, slight chance for showers, increasing clouds with a low of 46. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Stop buying barbecue rubs that all taste the same.
Most are loaded with sugar, fillers, and shortcuts.
Burn Pit BBQ is not.
We're a veteran-owned company right here in Wisconsin, built on doing things the right way. No shortcuts, no nonsense.
Just premium seasonings that deliver real flavor every time you fire up the grill.
Whether it's a quick dinner or feeding the whole crew, Burn Pit BBQ gives you confidence to get it right.
Burn Pit BBQ. Grill with confidence.
Find us at burnpitbbq.com and now at select Walmart locations.
That's burnpitbbq.com.
May is here, which means your house is officially done hiding under snow. And now you can see everything it needs. Good news, Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help. Upgrade to energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel and get $3,000 off your project. Think of it as spring cleaning, but way more impressive. That's $3,000 in instant savings during our May savings event, but it won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
This is Wisconsin basketball head coach Greg Gard. This is 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD2, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The Top 8 at 8.
Name something that follows the word pork.
You pine.
Huh?
One category.
Name something people take with them to the beach. Turkey.
The Top 8 answers.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket. Turkey.
The Top 8 at 8.
A food often stuffed. Turkey.
The Top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken!
Show me chicken!
Top 8 at 8 is brought to you by Burn Pit BBQ. Premium rubs, sauces, and seasonings.
All right, Gabe, what do we got today?
Again, Top 8 at 8 brought to you by Burn Pit Barbecue. It's available at Walmart, online, burnpitbbq.com. Step up your grill grain with Burn Pit BBQ. Perfect time, especially if you got a smoker. Use some of the sauces and rubs that they have. Okay, we've been talking a lot about the Packers' schedule. Of course, we'll know it all officially tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time with our schedule release show. Starts at 6 on 94.5 ESPN. The Packers have been really good in home openers since 2012. They lost against the Niners, and since then, they're 13-0 in home openers. They've played 8 teams in those 13 games. I want you to name those 8 teams.
Eight teams in the home openers?
8 teams. So the Packers are 13-0 since 2013 in home openers. They've played 8 teams in those 13 games. I want you to name those 8 teams.
Okay.
Want to go first?
Yeah, you go.
The Saints, I believe, Gabe.
Well, the New Orleans Saints are one of the answers. They played the Saints in 2023.
And they won that game.
Yes. They're 13-0, yes.
Man, shoot, I don't know about this. How about let's just go last year. Let's go Lions.
The Detroit Lions played in this stretch, the Packers have opened at home against the Lions 4 times. 25, 21, 20, and 16.
Okay.
I mean, the Bears have got to be in there, Gabe.
Bears are on there, Chew. 22 and 18 are the 2 years the Packers have opened at Lambeau Field against the Chicago Bears.
Is Seattle on this list?
Seattle's on this list twice.
Yes. What
in
years?
2017 and 2015, they
Okay.
opened at Lambeau Field against the Seattle Seahawks.
How many do we have now?
You have 4.
Oh, okay. We have, what of the division teams do we already say?
Detroit and Chicago.
Okay. Chew, you want to take the other layup?
Minnesota, I guess.
In 2019, the Packers had their Lambeau Field opener against the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
So we just have 3 left on the list.
Well, we haven't said 2024 yet. Oh, God. Asking me to remember who the Packers open up against in 2024 is like, hey, Jen, do this complicated calculus project or problem. Any idea who they opened up against in 2024, Chew?
I feel like there's a Jacksonville in there. I'll lay on the sword. Jacksonville, Gabe.
So they did open at Jacksonville, but these are Lambeau
that's
Field
when they
openers.
lost to New Orleans, right? Didn't
Yes.
they lose to New Orleans?
They did lose to New Orleans. Again, those were road games. These are the Lambeau Field openers.
Why was that?
I can't remember which hurricane.
Was that Katrina?
No, Katrina was a long time ago.
Okay. All right, I'm dead, Jen. I fell on the sword.
I mean, this would all just be total guesses at this point. Have they ever opened up against the 49ers at home?
So they did in 2012. That's the last one they lost. So that is just outside the top 8.
Okay.
So that is the last time they lost their Lambeau Field opener.
800-990-3776. If you want to play top 8 at 8 this morning, 800-990-3776. How many do we have left?
Only 3.
Oh, well.
Only 3. I thought you guys would get 4. The 3 obvious ones, and then maybe,
fall into another
one. You fell into 2 more.
800-990-3776. If you want to play top 8 at 8, we are looking for the last 8 opponents that the Packers played in the home opener and beat. First, we'll go out to John in Milwaukee. John, you're on with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
Could you reset the list?
Detroit, New Orleans, Chicago, Minnesota, and Seattle, all correctly guessed.
All right. What about Washington?
Washington, they opened up against Washington back in 2013 at Lambeau Field.
Nice.
And they defeated Washington in that 13 season.
Of course they did. Everybody defeated Washington back in the day. John, you got another guess?
Yeah, how about the Jets?
They opened against the Jets in 2014 at Lambeau Field. That's number 7.
Oh, he might run the list.
How many's left? Just one
Just
left?
one.
And I'm pretty sure it's 2024 if I had to.
Oh, man.
Need an answer.
Tampa?
Tampa is incorrect.
Oh, so close, John.
Incorrect.
Good job. Got 2.
800-990-3776. Let's go out to Dave in Edgerton. Dave, you're on with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
How about Arizona Cardinals?
The Arizona Cardinals are incorrect.
Darn it. 800-990-3776. If you want to play top 8 at 8 here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, we are looking for one more answer to complete our top 8 at 8 list. 800-990-3776. Lots of guesses coming in on the YouTube stream. You got to call in to win. 800-990-3776.
And whoever gets this last one on the list gets that prize pack courtesy of our friends at Burn Pit Barbecue. You can check out all their great stuff either at Walmart or online at burnpitbbq.com.
We have another caller. Let's go out to the line. It's Evan in Milwaukee. Evan, you're on with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
I think the New Orleans Saints.
So the New Orleans Saints were already correctly guessed and identified. Do you have another guess?
Carolina.
Carolina's incorrect.
800-990-3776.
Quickly, we forget.
It was definitely the 2024 because
How
we already
quickly
figured out the
we
2025
forget.
and then we jumped beyond it. It's whoever they opened up against in 2024. Rick in Mount Pleasant, you're up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
So we just need the 24?
24 home opener.
That was the Colts.
The Indianapolis Colts. Malik Willis, his first career start as a Packer, winning that game for the green and gold. The Colts are the team they opened up against in 2024.
Rick, you are our big winner this morning on Top 8 at 8. Gabe, remind Rick and the loyal listeners what he gets for his efforts.
He wins that Burn Pit Barbecue prize pack. Again, check him out, burnpitbbq.com.
All right, that was a good list. I'm sorry that I brain farted. 2024. I should just go back and look at some of the schedules just to, put it back in the brain.
Well, that was the second game they lost. They lost to Philly, right?
They lost to Philly in Brazil, which was a road game. It was supposed to be a home game for Philly, so they lost that game.
Yeah.
And then they opened up at Lambeau at home and won that game, much to the surprise, I think, of everybody, because nobody had any idea how good Malik Willis was going to be for the Pack.
For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget. They'll even build you custom designs to meet your exact needs. Swift and reliable garage repair solutions at geistdoors.com. Don't think twice. Call Geist. GEISdoors.com. GEISdoors.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
A few accidents to deal with right now. First of all, eastbound 94 at 68th Street. We've got an accident on the right shoulder. Actually, the delays are beyond that, though, all the way to 35th. We've also got an accident on northbound 4394 right about at Howard Avenue off on the left shoulder. Backups around the Plainfield curve. And then 894 westbound just before Loomis. We've got an accident with the left lane blocked. That is backing things up through the Mitchell interchange. So you want to give yourself extra time to head through that. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny skies, a high of 61 at the lake, 65 inland. Tonight, slight chance for showers, increasing clouds with a low of 46. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Crew take on the Dodgers Friday, May 22nd through Sunday the 24th. Join Boy Band Night on Friday the 22nd, presented by Wintrust. Grab a theme night ticket for a Brew Crew Boys t-shirt and stay for post-game fireworks presented by T-Mobile. Then on Saturday, the first 25,000 fans collect a patriotic Brewers hat. Close it out with Family Sunday fun as the first 5,000 kids 14 and under get a Brewers pennant on the 24th, courtesy of Joy. Grab your seats at brewers.com.
Hey, Tom, I just really can't get my kids off their phones lately. What's your secret, man?
I told you last time, go to PrecisionSportsOnline.com and buy a hoop. And while you're there, include their court line painting. You'll thank me later. PrecisionSportsOnline.com. That's PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Some companies build projects. At Professional Construction, Inc., we build relationships.
That means showing up early, taking pride in the details, and having each other's backs, on and off the job site.
We're looking for skilled carpenters who really care about their craft and want to be part of a team.
Not just another paycheck, but a place where the people you work with actually matter.
If you work hard, take pride in what you build, and want to join a tight-knit crew, then we'd love to meet you.
Apply today at ProfessionalConstructionInc.com.
Seriously injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
If you are a junior or senior, a graduating senior, or a parent of a high school basketball player with a goal of playing college basketball, visit the DME Academy Wisconsin program on the beautiful campus of St. John's in Delafield. Training starts in August with top-flight coaches, facilities, and academics. You will play against the top players and teams and in front of college coaches across America. Ignite your dream of playing college basketball. Google DME at St. John's Northwestern Academy Academy on the campus of St. John's in Delafield. Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Hauser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Excuse me. Hold on. Getting choked up over it. So, hold on. Give me a moment.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Back here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and one of the more fun parts of being an NFL fan or a fan of an NFL team is getting to hear all of the conversations that take place during the offseason as people project who will be good and who will be El Stinko. Chewy has made his thoughts very clear on season of gush. He hates the gush. Stop gushing about these players before they play a single down in their current uniform. And that, I think, would apply to this next conversation. Yesterday on Get Up, the crew was talking about the NFC North. And Bart Scott was the guest of honor, and here is what he had to say about Kyler Murray in the NFC North.
You said something that really perked my ears up as we were talking about the NFC North this morning.
I believe this is the most competitive division in football, and I think the team that's going to really surprise a lot of people is the Minnesota Vikings. I think Kyler Murray, that addition right there. You talk about the Bears going, I've been that team that has won the division before, and then you go from being the hunters to being the hunted. I don't know if the Bears can sustain. You got the most talented, and arguably I think at the end of this season, I think we may say that Kyler Murray is the most talented quarterback within that division. You pair here with Kevin O'Connell with the weapons that he has, a tight end and T.J. Hawkinson, you have Jefferson, you have Addison, then they go out and get a gritty guy like Jawan Jennings. I think the sky's the limit for Kyler Murray.
So I got to be honest with you guys. When I heard this, I thought, oh my God, this is a clown take. Kyler Murray has never had any sustained success in the NFL. Now, I know there's a ton of evidence out there about guys who have gone to certain franchises, sucked, but then get with the right coach, the right coaching staff, the right scheme, whatever it may be, and the fit just clicks. And all of a sudden, Baker Mayfield, and all of a sudden, some of these guys, Sam Darnold, perfect example, right? Going out to Seattle and winning a Super Bowl. Okay, I get that. I just don't know if Kyler Murray has it in him to be the type of quarterback who can have that sustained success. To me, Gabe, he's more of a flash guy who is going to have games where he puts up big numbers and he shows that raw athletic talent. But he's got to, one, get away from the hero ball that we see him play so often. And two, I think he's got to buy into a scheme and actually play within the constraints of an offense in order to be that guy. And I just haven't seen enough evidence to believe that Kyler Murray is going to be the best quarterback in the NFC North.
Well, and he's got to stay healthy. He's been in the league 7 years. He's played the full amount of games 3 times. And 2 of those years were his first 2 years in the league. So he's not somebody that's been able to stay healthy, play long enough, and it's not like he was devoid of talent down there in Arizona. There's some pretty good players that he had. He had DeAndre Hopkins. Trey McBride is the best tight end in football right now. Trey McBride is in Arizona. So, yes, I think the overall talent is certainly better with Jefferson and Addison and Hawkinson and some of those weapons that they've talked about that you heard Bart Scott talking about there. But it's not like those weapons that he had in Arizona helped him be highly regarded to the point where the Cardinals didn't regret the huge contract that they gave him. So there's a lot of ifs there. And, yeah, he did a great job. Their head coach there in Minnesota did a fantastic job. Kevin O'Connell did a great job with Sam Darnold. Didn't do as good of a job with J.J. McCarthy. Right? So I think he's a good coach, but that doesn't mean that he's automatically going to make every quarterback that passes through that system automatically that much better the way they did with Sam Darnold.
Well, I don't think you have to go any farther than Malik Willis. You know, the comments we heard coming out of Tennessee when he got to Green Bay weren't very flattering, and LaFleur did a nice job with him. He played to his skill set, and I think Kyler Murray's skill set is better than Malik Willis's. I think playing him as early as he did, he was very immature. The fact that they have to put language in his contract where he would have to watch film tells you a lot. I'm not saying he's going to be great, but he's a great athlete, and I think, like you said, Gabe, McConnell's a very good coach. And I tell you what, if Gannon didn't come to Green Bay as defensive coordinator and he went to Tennessee or something like that, I couldn't even tell you who the last coaches of the Arizona Cardinals have been. And you could say Marvin Harrison Jr.'s career to this point has been disappointing. So I don't know what kind of coaching they get down there. There's a possibility that this kid just needs to be coached. It's going to be a different style of offense than we're used to under Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, and J.J. McCarthy. He's probably going to be more of a Malik Willis where he can tuck it and run because that's kind of his game. The ball's in his court. I mean, we know he has talent.
Well, but that's the
Whether
thing,
they
Chew.
can get that out of him, and they have a solid offense, Gabe.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Look,
Hawkinson, Addison, and Jefferson are some of the best. So,
but the evidence
I'm
7
not
years
saying he's
in.
going to do it. I'm just saying the potential is there. It's just going to depend on what he wants to do with it.
The fact that he's had issues with buy-in before, like we don't know if he's going to buy in. And Kevin O'Connell could be a great coach, but you have to be willing to be coached, right?
Yes.
And the fact that they had to give Kyler Murray homework assignments and put clauses in the contract to make sure he was doing the homework assignments, and again, that did not come out by accident either, right? I don't think the Cardinals front office decided to leak that information when they signed the contract. There's a reason they did that.
Part of the reason that Malik Willis was successful, though, Chew, is because he was a change of pace guy. Right? He wasn't the bread and butter of the Packers offense. It was if you're preparing for a Packers offense that looks like Jordan Love under center and you get Malik Willis, woohoo, okay. It's a big difference. I don't know, again, if Kyler Murray doing his, tuck it and run off schedule is what Kevin O'Connell wants either. I think Kevin O'Connell probably wants to run a specific style of offense where he is throwing the ball downfield. The other thing is, again, and take it for what it's worth, the guy's been in one playoff game. Like, again, I'm not saying the Minnesota Vikings made a mistake by signing him. Obviously, J.J. McCarthy was not the guy. That was the mistake, and now you're trying to correct the mistake. But hoping that a guy who has one playoff game under his belt, which, oh, by the way, he lost in, is going to be your savior who takes you to the promised land also feels a little like wishing and hoping. The other thing about this, guys, is believing that Kyler Murray is going to be the best quarterback in the NFC, or most talented, if you want to use the vernacular that Bart Scott used, would have to buy that Jordan Love's not going to get better and that Jared Goff also isn't out for revenge on a revenge tour this year. And I think both of those things can be true. I think Jared Goff and Jordan Love are both already leaps and bounds better than Kyler Murray. And Dan Orlovsky said as much yesterday when he was on the Pat McAfee show as well. But I'm saying Kyler Murray isn't existing in a vacuum. I don't see him, even if he improves, even if he buys in, even if he is the best quarterback that the Vikings have had in a couple of years, I don't think it still means he overtakes Jordan Love and Jared Goff, Gabe.
I mean, Jared Goff doesn't belong
You
in
are
the conversation.
so out on Jared Goff.
Well, how
It's
could you
like-
not be?
it's hilarious.
How can you not be? The man wears 2 gloves when it's cold outside. You can't trust a player like that, Jen.
But you guys,
You trusted Chewy. You trusted a quarterback wearing 2 gloves when it's 20 degrees out.
So take Jared Goff out of this equation. It would still mean that he has to perform better than Jordan Love, who we are watching ascend before our very eyes.
Well,
But you guys wouldn't be surprised if he, at the end of the day, stats-wise, is the second best quarterback in the NFC.
Yeah, but second best?
This isn't going to be some earth-shattering,
Like-
oh, my God, Kurt Warner was packing groceries. Now he's in the Super Bowl. It's not going to be that kind
No,
of
I mean, but I guess would I be surprised if all the things that have to fall into place for him? Yes. Staying healthy, buying in. Like, if he puts up a solid statistical season, that wouldn't be shocking. But this dude's never thrown for 30 touchdowns.
Yeah, but what were we saying about Sam Darnold when he went to Minnesota? We got these 2 wins. This is a walk in the park. And then look at his career, because he sucked before he went to Minnesota.
He did.
I'm just saying.
And if we
Is
can
it gonna
we can
happen?
prop up Sam Darnold all we want, that's still the exception to the rule. Like, more often than not, when guys are washing out from franchises and you're a top pick, again, we're just going to ignore J.J. McCarthy being a top 10 pick and completely, go to the point where they had to go, hey, we've got to take this risk on Kyler Murray, even though we spent a top 10 pick at this position, right? Like, a lot of times, if these guys are washing out and you're going to a second franchise, the possibility exists. But if he was going to be that good, then Arizona would have just kept him.
But you said it earlier in the show, Minnesota finished one game below Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So how good does Kyler Murray have to be? He doesn't have to be – because, their roster is thought of as pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good organization, pretty good coach. So he doesn't have to light the world on fire.
How many games is he playing? Is he playing all 17?
That's a question mark. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I start there, Chew. Like, first and foremost, he's got to play 15 or 16 games, which over the last handful of years, he hasn't really proven that he can do.
Like, I'm not putting money on this, Gabe. I'm just saying I won't be shocked if it happens.
I would be shocked if we get to the end of this season and are going, he's the best quarterback in the NFC.
I would also, and for the other reason of, if you want to give him his props for being that improvisational quarterback, which, again, I get. There is some, it's lightning, it's attractive, it's like, ooh, But Caleb Williams is better at that than Kyler Murray is. So again, if we're going to be that's the thing that's going to elevate him to the top tier of the quarterbacks, we saw Kyler Murray do that at an even better rate, more successful last year. Again, I am not sitting here trying to dog the guy and be like, oh, he's a bum, he's a bust. I think he's going to have a modicum of success. I think, again, that Kevin O'Connell is a very good coach based on everything we have heard from people and insiders in the league. That being said, I just can't imagine that the other guys aren't also going to take steps and progress. I think Jordan Love will. And I think that makes it hard to sit here and say that Kyler Murray is going to be dropped into the NFC North and all of a sudden be better than Jordan Love.
Like, I think the Vikings, this is a big upgrade, I think, because J.J. McCarthy's not very good.
Yeah, he was terrible.
Right? So this is a big upgrade, provided he stays healthy.
Yeah.
Which, again, is just such a big if and has been a part of the big ifs in his career. Because he is a smaller guy. Yes, that athleticism can be electric, but he's a smaller guy. And, when those hits start to accumulate because he wants to improvise and get out of the pocket and take some of those hits, that's what leaves him susceptible to some of these injuries.
The Yard Possum from Lake Mills, first of all, A-plus title on the Carbless Talkin' text line. Lists is more. Says, I'm a Cardinals fan. I hated watching Murray run around carrying the ball like a loaf of bread. He was good for at least 2 turnovers every game. It was very frustrating to watch. Good luck to Minnesota. So, that's something that Kevin O'Connell's going to have to curb as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And sometimes, as we have seen year in and year out, decade in and decade out, it is hard for these guys to rewire their systems. If this is how Kyler Murray has always played, and you're like, okay, Kyler, listen, we love that you've got that element to your game. It is still hard to convince him to be a pocket passer when the pocket breaks down, right? His gut is going to be escape, run, make plays with his legs. And then to the point about Gabe is, now once you're outside the pocket, that risk of injury goes up,
Is he a bust right now?
The number one overall draft pick?
Bust?
Jury's still out. How's that?
He signed a huge contract. He's been to a couple Pro Bowls.
Again, I'm hesitant because of the Baker Mayfield. I'm hesitant because of the Sam Darnold. I'm hesitant because you have seen guys in that exact position who went somewhere, stunk, again, maybe because of the framework around them, but were able to reinvent their career elsewhere.
Baker kind of continued to stink at Carolina and Los Angeles before he finally landed in Tampa. I have a hard time. I guess you're quicker, Chew, than I am to go to the word bust. Like, he made a couple Pro Bowls, and I know that doesn't mean as much these days, but he was Rookie of the Year. He's had some good years, so I have a hard time saying he's a bust. I don't think he's necessarily a hit. I would say more of a miss than a bust. But maybe that's just me being an easy grader.
800-990-3776. Bart Scott may be trolling us here in Wisconsin, maybe in the Chicagoland area as well, when he said that Kyler Murray was the most, he wouldn't be surprised if Kyler Murray was the most talented quarterback. And again, that's the thing, guys. From a talent standpoint, he has talent, right?
Oh, yeah. There's a reason he went number one.
Electric about the way he plays the game of football. But to sit here and think that some of these other quarterbacks will not continue to improve their respective games, all the while Kyler Murray will just be dropped into Minnesota and have instant success, I think is a little too far to go.
When the game matters, where you play matters even more. At the Wisconsin Country Club, you get a championship-level golf experience right here in Milwaukee with a nearly century of tradition behind it. But what also really sets it apart, everything beyond the course, pool days, tennis, pickleball, fitness, great dining, and programs your kids are actually going to look forward to. It's not a pieced-together lifestyle. It's all in one place. And as a member myself, I can tell you, it's where I go to play, connect, and spend real time with my family. And again, I am pointing towards our great dining. And I know my wife is looking forward to having some good dinners at Wisconsin Country Club. I love it for the golf personally, and you can check out everything we've got at the Wisconsin Country Club. A better way to experience the game and everything around it. Schedule your private tour today and mention Good Karma for exclusive promotions.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Got that accident on westbound 894 just before you get to Loomis. The left lane is blocked with that, and that's backing things up all the way into the Mitchell interchange to about Layton. Just be careful with that one. We've also got eastbound 94 at 68th Street off on the right shoulder. A crash there. They are behind the barrels, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. However, we do have general delays all the way to 35th. Westbound side's backed up a bit as well from about 35th Street to Hawley Road, and then a little bit more of a delay right past Moreland Road. Northbound 4394, earlier accident at Howard is gone, but we do have delays all the way up past Oklahoma Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny skies, a high of 61 at the lake, 65 inland. Tonight, slight chance for showers, increasing clouds with a low of 46. Weather's brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. For custom apparel that helps your team, business, or event stand out, choose Big Frog. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling, trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Sushi is more than a meal. It's an art form, and now you're invited to create it. St. Kate the Arts Hotel presents Studio Sessions, The Art of the Roll, an intimate, hands-on evening inside the studio kitchen and cocktails where guests are welcome with a complimentary cocktail, wine, beer, or sake, then guided through crafting 3 stunning sushi rolls from the very first fold to the final cut. This is culinary artistry made personal. Reserve your evening at stkatearts.com.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with 0 alcohol, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and 0 calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
You asked, and it's back. The original Cubano fan favorite has returned to Cousin Subs.
And if you know, you know. It starts with tender pulled pork, our original recipe, and layers in savory ham, Genoa salami, and melty Swiss, grilled together for that hot, craveable bite. Then topped with fresh onions, tomatoes, pickles, and brown mustard and mayo, all on our signature bread. It's the fan favorite you've been waiting for. The Cubano, back at Cousin Subs, but only for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
His eyeball.
Wait.
Where do I get him?
I just assumed when I said wait, did you just think it was just a suggestion?
Yeah,
pretty much. Typically.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Cold beer, warm summer nights, and the people who matter most. That's the spirit of Yuengling Lager. From small-town main streets to packed stadium parking lots, Yuengling Lager has been bringing people together for generations. This is a real American beer, smooth, rich, and now it's here in Wisconsin. Tailgates, backyard barbecues, fishing trips, ball games. Yuengling Lager belongs wherever Americans come together because it's been brewed with pride since 1829. Crack open a Yuengling Lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Please enjoy responsibly.
In lieu of our last conversation, I'm putting it on the Infinity Exteriors Twitter poll. If you were starting an NFL franchise today, who would you want to be your quarterback? Jordan Love, Jared Goff, Caleb Williams, or Kyler Murray? I'm afraid this is going to be skewed because we are a Packers show, but I'd be curious if we push it out there into the Twitter sphere, what everyone has to say about that. Want to talk a little baseball. Brewers did end up losing last night to the Padres with Miz on the mound, but my goodness, was the Miz once again electric in his outing. I saw 10 strikeouts, a bunch of other numbers that were pretty impressive, including the fact that he was still throwing 103 on his 93rd pitch of the evening. He wanted to go back out for the 8th. They let him go back out for the 8th, and then as he was warming up on the mound, his quads started cramping on him, so they pulled him out. Ashby came in, did a scoreless inning, and then Uribe ended up giving up the 3 runs? Yeah, because they were winning 1-0.
Three-run homer with 2 outs. Nobody on base, walk, hit, dinger.
And yeah, just the wheels sort of fell off. But I'm still very optimistic about this Brewers team, and we have to be excited about what the Miz is doing. I don't think there's any question, guys, that once Freddie Peralta left, he was the heir apparent to the ace role of this staff, right? I mean, I know people thought that Brandon Woodruff would be able to carry a load. He's obviously been injured, but he's clearly, number one on this staff. And oh, by the way, getting major attention nationally, Gabe.
Yeah, he talked about before the broadcast on TV last night, Sophia was talking with him, and he was just talking about the work that he puts in paying off. And that's something, it's just a little bit different. His arm is so electric, you can get by with just that talent alone, all the way through the minor league level. If you want to take that next step and be one of the elite pitchers at the big league level, then there's a lot more attention to detail that has to happen in between starts, putting that work in. They were talking on the broadcast last night about how, some of the muscle that he has added to help him sustain and be able to go through a 162-game season where he's making 30-plus starts. So there's a lot of things that go into it. It just, I think the product of him seeing last year the work that he has to put in and then following through on that work throughout the course of this early part of the season.
Are the cramps concerning? I mean, it's not even hot back there, is it? I mean,
no.
He clearly needs to get on my program of hydration.
Maybe you should send him
already this year.
That's twice this year. Maybe you should send him one of your big jugs of water, Chew.
With mold?
I mean, whatever works.
That, and the other thing that I wonder about is because, I mean, that's at least 2 games he should have won this year.
Sure.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And he knows that he's in the running for Cy Young. Because we had to deal with it when we played, not so much Super Bowl years, but when the defense stinks for a couple weeks, it's hard not to offensively go, geez, oh, crow, you guys are going to play? Are you going to turn it on? He has to get a little frustrated, you think? I mean, he went 8 innings.
7, yeah.
That's a long time. That's a long time.
Tried to start
and then to lose it in that fashion. I mean, human nature is to point fingers, right? I mean, he's a nice kid, but
maybe that's just part of baseball. Your closer's not going to be perfect. and they have all the trust in the world in Abner, and it just didn't go his way.
You don't think pitchers in their own little meetings, Gabe, when they're getting a hitting slump and they're scoring 1 run, 2 runs, 3 runs, 1 run, you don't think, like, God, they could help me out a little bit here.
Well, but here's the thing. If you're going to be that guy, chances are you're going up against some other really good guys. Right? If you're the top guy at the top of the rotation, your chances are you're going to be matching up against some other pretty good pitchers that have the ability to shut down offenses. So you got to be that guy, and you got to be a little bit better.
For whatever it's worth, we were at Potawatomi on Sunday for Mother's Day, took a gander over to the sports book, checked out the Jacob Mizorowski odds for National League Cy Young Award winner. They were plus 1,800. Checking this morning on the Potawatomi Sportsbook website, plus 1,200. And guys, if that's something that you think could happen, and again, it is a long shot, right? Because I'm looking at some of these other names ahead of him. It's Skeens, it's Sale, it's Sanchez, it's Ohtani. Can you imagine Shohei Ohtani?
That's tough.
And those are the 4 players who are currently have better odds than him to win the National League Cy Young Award. But I do think it is interesting that from Sunday to today, Thursday, it has gone from plus 1,800 to plus 1,200. And it's going to drop, I think, with every start if he continues to put up double-digit strikeouts like he did.
Yeah, the problem is Paul Skeens pitches in the National League.
I know, but didn't the guy from Detroit go down?
Scooble did, yep. And he had a quick little procedure that they're hoping he's going to be able to throw soon, like sooner than anticipated. But, I mean.
I don't know. I would have hit it at 1,800.
Well,
No.
You don't think she did?
Some of us did.
Oh, you did.
You don't think she did? She's just saying, hey, if
was
you
this
weren't
a
like
group
her.
bet or was this an individual bet?
No, I did not receive a text when she was there on Mother's Day going, hey, who wants to get in on this,
I feel like
Chew?
we really jammed that up the last time we did a team
Yeah, but I told
parlay.
you guys to sell, and you didn't sell, and you screwed it up.
Well, we didn't. The Bucks screwed it up, okay? I'm not.
No,
the
no,
other
no,
two
no.
are
I
still
said-
in play. That's the crazy thing about it, right? It's Brewers to win the division.
If the
and
Packers
to
were
win
already
the
out of it,
division.
then that would be something. But yes.
But I said to sell the ticket when it was dropping.
had to have a buyer. Did you know somebody was going to buy a parlay, a 3-team parlay that needed the Bucks to make the play-in tournament?
You could find somebody. Some sucker. There's always a sucker around.
All right.
No.
Who's on the hill today, Gabe?
Kyle Harrison pitching for the Crew today, trying to get that series win over the San Diego Padres.
All right. And again, Miz is must-see TV, but I would also make the argument that the Brewers right now are must-see TV, so tune in this afternoon to catch them play against the Padres. We'll take a break on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Wrap things up after this. Stick around.
Make plans to stop by Bunzel's this week. Pick up these weekly specials. USDA choice or higher Black Angus tri-tip roasts, $14.99 a pound. You can get steakhouse marinated pork chops, $6.89 a pound. State champion spinach and feta chicken brats. Ooh, that sounds interesting. $5.79 a pound. And again, I always talk about the meat market at Bunzel's. Their bakery, real good as well. Get Bunzel's famous chocolate chunk cookies, $8.99 a dozen. And we're not talking small cookies, folks. That is a big cookie, especially a dozen of them that you're getting from Bunzel's. Find all these specials and more, bunzels.com. 50 years in the business. Bunzel's, the best. Stop by 90th and Burleigh in Milwaukee to support this great family-owned and operated business.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on May 19th.
Fly ball center field. It's hit well. Grisham back. It is gone!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
Got him swinging. Threw him a curveball. It's 11 Ks for Mizorowski.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in May 19th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee or check your local listings to watch the game.
Porch season is calling, and Carbless has the answer. Introducing the new limited release Lemon Iced Tea Vodka 4-pack. It's the bright, refreshing taste of lemon iced tea with smooth vodka, no carbonation, and that bold Carbless flavor you know and love. A little nostalgic, a little unexpected, and absolutely made for summer. From backyard barbecues to weekends at the lake, this is the can you'll want in hand. Get the new Carbless Lemon Iced Tea Vodka 4-pack before it's gone. Go to drinkcarbless.com to find Carbless brand new flavor near you and grab it while you can.
Hey Wisconsin, it's your pal Donald Driver here. For 10 years, I've been working with the Wisconsin DOT to get everyone to wear their seatbelt. And it's working. Nearly 90% of Wisconsin drivers buckle up, which makes me want to say to the ones who don't, Come on, man. If you don't wear your seatbelt, you're going nowhere fast. Buckle up. If you don't, it can cost you money or a lot worse. Click it or ticket, and let's work together to save lives. Take my driving safety quiz at zeroinwisconsin.gov.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, pricing valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Okay, team, huddle up.
Why are you dressed like a hockey player?
Because America's energy security is on thin ice. We're facing an overburdened electric grid, rising fuel costs, and severe weather. But here's your power play. Propane. It's affordable, abundant, safe. Propane is reliable energy, even when the grid isn't. Advantage Propane.
Learn more at propane.com/powerplay.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com, because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Summertime is when you'll find the largest selection of homes on the market.
But it's the bottom of the ninth, as it's also the time when homes move the quickest.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Andrea Woshinski. With more buyers competing, preparation, speed, and expert local guidance can make all the difference.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
A real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What do we do? Where do we go from here?
We've talked about insulation, we've talked about fantasy camp, and now we've talked about Burning Man. We've hit for the cycle in the first 5 minutes of the show.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Planning a high-level event can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to. For over 25 years, Events by Design has helped organizations create seamless, unforgettable events that leave a lasting impression. Their team has been a part of incredible experiences across Milwaukee and beyond, including things like the Milwaukee Night Market. Those are going to be coming back real soon, right outside our studios here in downtown Milwaukee. They were big in helping us out with the Thanalysis Live a couple of months ago with Ric Flair as the special guest. And what sets Events by Design apart is simple. They bring fresh ideas, careful planning, and expert execution to every event they touch. So whether you're building culture with an appreciation party, hosting a brand activation, planning your next gala, or pulling off a major industry event, Events by Design can help you minimize your stress. Start designing your next event today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
I had a great spot yesterday for the conference high school baseball game. Sat out in the right field, right along the fence. Mostly it was proximity for me, proximity to the playground where my girls could play during the game, proximity to my car, proximity to the bathroom, and also really good way to watch the game develop. And at one point, guys, there were a couple of misplays in the outfield. And I heard one of the outfielders yelling to his teammate something that surprised me a little bit. It wasn't like, you suck, got to get that ball, come on, tougher effort next time, better effort next time. No. It was on a deep fly ball to left center field. One of the outfielders yelled to his teammate, yours. And I was like,
It's not a thing. That's not a thing. At least it shouldn't be a thing.
I don't think that's a thing.
No,
Why?
it is
I don't
not.
get it.
Oh, because
what are you supposed to say?
So If you are talking, so as an outfielder, and again, there's priorities everywhere you go. So in the infield, the shortstop takes priority, right? So if the shortstop calls it, everybody else backs off. And then if you have a shallow fly ball, the outfielder has priority over any infielder, and then the center fielder's the king outfielder. And the only communication you have is if you are calling it. Because sometimes when you're running, you might not quite. So if I hear something, I know what that person is saying. And the way we did it was one call if you're going for it, mine. Or if you're the center fielder calling someone off or an outfielder coming in calling off an infielder, it's mine, mine, mine. So it's just simple, clear communication. If you start yelling yours, 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 I might think you're yelling that you're coming to get it as the center fielder, and now I'm getting out of the way.
Yeah, everything's happening so quickly, right? I think you're right. It's more of hearing someone calling, and you assume it means they've got it. Now you're processing, wait, they didn't say mine. And to be fair, our guys yell ball, ball, ball.
Yeah, the communication's different everywhere you go.
But yours, yours, yours was a wild thing to hear an outfielder yelling, essentially to his teammate, get the ball. And so then this kid, of course, makes he has to pick up his pace because he's not on track to get the ball. But his teammate basically just told him that he's not going to get the ball. And all of those split seconds ended up leading to what ended up being an error in the outfield. Of either one of them probably could have gotten it, but because one guy called himself off and basically told the other guy it was his responsibility, and then that guy responded to it being his responsibility, neither made the play, and the other team scored.
What if the kid blew his hamstring or groin out?
But he didn't.
As soon as the ball's hit. Then what are you supposed to do? Of course you got to say yours. You're saying, I'm out.
No, but you don't say anything then. You don't call it.
Yeah, you do.
You don't call it. No,
Huh?
I'm telling you, Chew. I am telling you right now, that is not how that works. You don't say anything unless you are going to catch it.
Because I want my left tackle in football when he
this
gets
isn't football.
Yelling, look out!
Yes, that's a good one too. Heads up, yeah. That helps. Yes,
Jordan, run,
duck.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, thanks for hanging out with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Wilde and Tausch is next on ESPN Milwaukee. Have a great Thursday, everybody.
Still dealing with an accident on westbound 94 right about at Brookfield Road. The right lane at least is blocked with emergency crews. So just be careful. Looks like there were some injuries involved because there's an ambulance out there as well. So please be careful heading through that area. Delays coming in from before Moreland Road all the way